Okay, LP, you concur with that?
Yes, sir. LP concurs.
Hello, everybody.
Myositis Moon Walk family. It is.
Launch director concurs. Go.
I can't hear you, Jessica. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. We are trying to kind of do a watch party with the Three Myositis Musketeers as we're watching the historic launch of the Artemis II rocket. They are currently at a 10-minute hold, which is normal. So I've got Jessica and Jason here. For some reason, it's not quite showing their pictures. So Jason, Jessica, I don't know if it's your end or my end, but it's just showing their pictures. Can you still hear me?
I can see everything. I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on your end. We're just technical stuff.
Yes, but we're just really excited to be here. We wanted to stream live straight to Facebook, but we were not able to. So what we may do when it gets a little bit closer to time is we try to stream a little bit of us recording this. But you're going to be seeing our reaction after the fact. We're just so excited that this is going on almost, well, a month to the day of the Myositis Moon Walk. And so we're going to share a couple of little facts with you as we're waiting for the countdown, and we're going to kind of tell you why all this is important to us and things like that. But I want to thank Jessica and Jason for being here with me today. They know I'm like super excited. I'm kind of like, you know, I've been bugging my husband who works for a NASA contractor for weeks. Are we still going? Are we still go for launch? I think he's getting annoyed with it because his comment is, "I'll just work here." But I have grown up in the Tennessee Valley. Yeah, I just live here. But I've grown up in the Tennessee Valley within 30 minutes of Huntsville all my life. I have passed by the Rocket Center every time I come to Huntsville, and it has never, ever stopped being awe-inspiring to me. For those of you that have never been, we don't have a skyline, we have a rocket line. And one of those rockets is the big Saturn V rocket. And they call us the Rocket City, and that's because the Saturn V rocket was designed here in Huntsville at the Marshall Space Flight Center. The Huntsville, Space and Rocket Center was made at a museum to show off all the things for space program, but especially things that were created here in Huntsville as a result of the space program. And the Rocket Center has some things that are very special and that you can only see here. For one thing, we have one of only 3 of the actual Saturn V rockets, and it's displayed horizontally in the Davidson Center, which, by the way, is where we're going to have our dinner under the rocket on Friday, May the 1st. So you're going to be sitting under an actual rocket. And then the twin outside that you'll see when you pull up is it's a replica, but it's what draws everybody's eye to the Space and Rocket Center as they drive along on the interstate. And then you'll also get to see actual lunar rock that's on display there that was brought back by, I believe it's Apollo 12 mission. So that's the literal piece from the moon. And a lot of people don't know, but the moon buggy was designed and tested here. And there is a replica of that at the Space and Rocket Center. But what's really exciting to me is Artemis is the mission that's about to launch is going to the moon, which is why we're all excited. But it's not just about the moon. This is a dress rehearsal for hopefully launching to Mars in the future. And I was telling Jason and Jessica before we started that when I was in high school, we had came to the Rocket Center for a field trip, and I saw books about Mars, and I became absolutely fascinated. In fact, I really wanted to be an astronaut. I even spoke to the Air Force about trying to join, but I unfortunately had too many health issues back then. But I did my senior paper project that I had on the Mars mission, and it talked about how we would one day go back to the moon and launch from there. And I'm 53 years old. In February, I've never been back to the moon in my lifetime. So this is truly, truly exciting for me. And so I want to turn over to Jessica, and I asked Jessica to share a few facts with you about the Artemis program. Why is it called Artemis, and how does that connect to programs they've had in the past when they went to the moon? And if you can see on there, we're still at a 10-minute hold. So we're going to just kind of talk our way through until they launch. And you'll probably hear screaming in a little while when they launch. So Jessica, will you take it away and share with them some cool facts about this?
Yeah.
Because I could keep on talking. I'm so excited. Y'all just can't tell.
So the coolest thing is a lot of people have wondered why the name Artemis, and there's a reason that's both poetic and kind of like deeply rooted in mythology. So in Greek mythology, Artemis is the goddess of the moon. So that right there is fitting. But she is also the twin sister of Apollo, which was, of course, the very original program that put astronauts on the moon, was the Apollo program. So it's really fitting that if we're going to go back and we're going to do all these things, that the name Artemis is used, because it's just that synergy, it's that connection of these programs and this big leap. But there's another even deeper level to that the symbolisms and goals here is that they also in this want to represent a larger diversity in the space program. And so this is going to show that this, in their series of launches, they plan on having the first woman, just as Artemis is a female deity. They have a primary goal in the program is to land the first woman and the first person of color on the moon, which is amazing. And if you guys can't tell, we're having some technical difficulties. It looks like Benita, her signal dropped out, and she'll be back. Don't worry, we're going to keep going. There she is. See, I said it. She'd be right back. And then the other thing is that, there's one really cool fact that actually my IVIG nurse, which I had today, shared with me, which I thought was really cool, is this particular trip, this Artemis launch that we're having, that they're launching today, these astronauts will be the furthest from Earth of any astronaut. So they are actually going to go further than the Apollo 13 crew did, which in itself is historic and really cool. And I don't know about you guys, but like Benita, I grew up watching all the space movies, and I mean Apollo 13, who didn't watch that movie and fall in love with it? And the sheer grit and determination and the things that happen, it was so astounding that we had accomplished these things, that we put people on the moon, and to see this again in my lifetime, to see us reaching not only for the moon but then eventually Mars, is wickedly cool. And I agree that it was as if the universe was aligned and the stars were like, hey, you're going to do a Myositis Moon Walk. Let's make sure we launch to the moon. Oh my gosh, guys, they just started the countdown again from 10. So with that, I'm going to throw it over to Jason, because he has some more fun facts for you guys that also ties in to Mars. So Jason, your turn.
That it does. So like Jess said, you guys heard about why they named the rocket Artemis. But unlike Apollo, which landed near the moon's equator, Artemis is actually heading for the lunar South Pole. Now, why, you ask? Why the lunar South Pole? Because they found out this region contains water ice hidden in permanently shadowed craters. Now, why is this exciting? Well, the ice isn't just used for drinking. It can be broken down into oxygen for breathing and hydrogen for rocket fuel, which makes the moon a gas station for future missions to Mars. Now, can you imagine hitting that, on a rocket, you're stopping by, you're gassing up, you go in, you find out it's Buc-ee's. You go in, you get your pulled pork sandwich, and then while your rocket's refueling on the way to Mars, I mean, you never know. They might actually have a little a little restaurant like they had at the end of Spaceballs. You never know. Anything is possible. So seeing this and knowing what that next step is going to be, I mean, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing seeing and knowing that, like I said, been said before, within our lifetime, we get to see this. We get to see and follow along. So it's
oh gosh, guys, that the arm just went away from the rocket.
Oh boy. No,
This is
that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, guys. This is just, what are we at? 7 minutes, 35
Oh,
seconds.
wow.
yeah, I'm gonna
Just right.
I'm still here. I had to move my laptop because I wasn't getting a good enough signal. But oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited.
Yeah. I'm just gonna unmute a little bit so we can hear
that shortly.
some of the communications. Oh my gosh, look at
That's
that.
the launch abort system. Great shot there of the crew access arm retracting away.
And if
The
you've
launch abort
never
system is
been
the
to the
tower
Moon
at
Walk or
top,
the Rocket
and
Center,
that's what would pull
you
Orion
can't
and its
grasp
crew off the top
the
of the
size of
rocket
these
in
things
case of an emergency,
until
whether
you
it's on
walk
the
under
ground
them.
or in flight.
Oh, I just realized my camera's
This
still
is
off.
critical safety hardware
That's
that
okay.
protects the
Hey,
lives.
Oof, look at
Oh,
that.
you can't see me. Let me move. I had to move closer to the
router.
Wi-Fi. Yes.
Starting at T-minus 6 minutes, the GLS will start bringing that and other
This is
high-energy
so
systems
cool.
online, starting with core stage pressurization.
I'd be up dancing around if I could.
I am dancing. I'm standing up.
I don't have that energy. I had today day 3 of IVIG, so my oh, and stay tuned for a really cute picture of the Three Musketeers. We all had IVIG together yesterday.
Weather is
I
90%
didn't
go.
plan it that way. It
Range is
just
go.
happened to be that all 3 of us were having IVIG.
All systems are go.
As you know. Why not? It's the way it works out.
It does. It makes it, you know.
We were syncing our systems.
That's
Yes.
right. That is
Definitely.
right.
Fish valve for the liquid
It is.
hydrogen
We
tank
were
has now
syncing,
closed,
getting ready for the
and
moon
that
walk.
tank is beginning to
Fueling up.
pressurize to flight levels
Because I've
because
had
that
to
hydrogen is
for the
naturally
last
boiling
month,
inside the
I moved
tank.
up my infusion days by like 1 day at a
The
time.
liquid
Because
oxygen
you know how
tank a little
insurance
later in
doesn't
the
want you
count.
to do it so soon, just so that I could make sure I
Now
had
the team is
my
waiting for verification that if needed,
before the
the
literally
Artemis II crew could use the launch abort system to pull Orion safely off
to
the top of the
Alabama
rocket
for the moon
in an
walk.
emergency.
So I was calculating
Let's
this.
listen in for that call.
Wasn't gonna miss it.
GLS verifies last capability
5
available.
minutes. I may have to go on Facebook Live and just to, so that people can join us in a second. I'll be a little bit closer.
That's great news, and you heard the NTD verify.
I
that with
really,
the
really
commander
hope you all are
of the mission.
registering for the Myositis
GLS
Moon
is go
Walk.
for FTS.
This is our 3rd annual.
Now
I'm
work
going to
is
be
being done
honest.
to arm the flight
This is a lot of
termination
hard
system.
work for us
This
being
is so the range
myositis
safety
patients.
can send
So
a
it's from
flight
year to
termination
year. We don't
command
know
if the rocket flies
if we're
too
going to
far
have
off
it
track.
because we depend on funding from
There's a
sponsors
brief
and
built-in delay,
things
so the
like
launch
that
abort
to make
system
sure
has
our
time to
patients
pull
do not
the
pay
astronaut
GLS is
safety
go
for
for
Slow bleed.
the Myositis Moon Walk itself. All they have to do is pay for their transportation and their
high flow bleed
hotel
check.
and stuff. But this year
So
we
the
have dinner
cryo
on
team
Friday
gets
provided. We
verification
have
that
breakfast
the
on
RS-25
Saturday
engines, all
provided.
4
We
of them,
have
are in the
lunch
proper
on Saturday
temperature range
provided
for launch.
at no cost. It costs normally about $50 to get into the Space and Rocket Center because it's part of the Smithsonian Institute of Museums. So you do not have to pay that to get in because sponsors have paid for that. You get lightsabers and goodies and all kinds of things. So it is truly a special event.
GLS is go
So
for stage
please
start.
get registered and
Core
join us.
stage APUs
And
start
the
those
Star Wars
variable power
cosplayers.
units,
April
Yes.
10th,
high-speed turbines,
deadline.
which provide pressure
So
to
please,
hydraulic
please
pumps
Yes.
that
register.
steer
Come
the
join us. Come
RS-25
have some
engines.
fun.
We're going to see a gimbal test a little later at
Scooter
T-minus 2
rentals
minutes
are
and 30
available
seconds.
for those of
This
you
is
that
what
are not
allows that to
mobile
happen.
and you're worried about that. Not only does the Space and Rocket Center have them for rent, but there is a really great place
Coming up in
that
about
we
20
use
seconds,
locally
we're listening for
that
go
you can
for
rent your
purge
scooter
sequence
from.
4. That's a helium
It's-
purge of the 4
It's
core
such
stage
an
engines.
amazing experience,
Core stage
guys.
engines downstream of the propellant
All
valve.
right.
This
Oh
So
my
is the
God.
Jessica,
air
Jason,
and
I am
moisture
going
out of
live
there.
on Facebook too, since we could not get the app to stream on Facebook. We're having to kind of go away around it. For those of you joining me on Facebook, this is your Three Myositis Musketeers, Benita, Jason, Jessica, about to have a fit because we're
Moving
so
through the
excited. The
milestones.
Artemis II is launching
All
in
is looking good.
3 minutes. And we wanted to celebrate with you all this historic event.
Coming up,
We have been recording our reactions and some fun facts about Artemis, fun facts about the Moon Walk, and fun facts about the U.S. Space and Rocket Center here in Huntsville, and the history behind it and the space program. So we wanted to hop on here, and we're just kind of, you know, when technology doesn't work for you the way you want to, you find another way. So we wanted you to be able to join us as we watch history in the making. This is the first time they're back to the moon since I believe it was 1972. I was not alive yet. And as Jason was saying in our video a little while ago, or Jessica, one of them, that this is the farthest any astronaut is going to go ever, or has gone ever. So there is a lot of cool firsts going on with this launch, and you can go back and watch our video that we're recording with all the cool facts. Tomorrow we'll get that posted so you can hear some cool things that we're sharing with you. I shared on the recording we're making, I shared some cool facts about the Rocket Center. Jason shared some cool facts, and Jessica. So you want to make sure and come back tomorrow and see the full recording, but this is just a quick live, so you can join us. Jason, what does it say our countdown is?
Minute 25.
Minute 25 till launch. Y'all, I have goosebumps.
Is now on its own power.
So we're gonna let you kind of watch with us, and when we get closer, we will count down with them. And I apologize if I squeal because as I mentioned in the recording that you'll see tomorrow, I have been a space fan as long as I can remember, growing up in Huntsville and seeing the Rocket Center. My husband is, my husband is a NASA contractor, so he works at Marshall Space Flight Center. So this is all just very exciting for us. I know people that have worked on the Artemis project, in fact. And I know they're super excited. Here we go, Rick.
30 seconds.
Great call out. The rocket is on its own. 4 brave explorers.
Let's hope I don't drop the phone and lose the live.
NASA has
ever on the recording.
Then they go and take away the countdown. That's just rude.
Oh no!
Water is flowing.
I know we want countdown with them.
And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, RS-25 engines.
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
Booster ignition.
Oh my
God.
Oh my goodness.
Artemis II, now
oh, that, can you imagine being there right now?
Oh my goodness. I can't stand it.
Oh, that is just.
Good roll pitch.
Yes. Go, go, go.
Roll pitch.
Our prayers are with those astronauts.
Houston, now controlling the flight of integrity.
Their safety.
Integrity, AMT high.
They are actually having a watch party under the Saturn V rocket at Space and Rocket Center right now. I wish I had held up to going.
Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on the Warrior engines.
Oh, that is just. That is beautiful.
3 miles
Isn't it?
in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
1,200 miles per hour. I mean.
Woo.
That's why they train you, man. The G's that they are under is insane.
Man, look at that. That is just.
Listen to the crowd. I saw a graphic on Artemis's website that shows that people as far as the Florida state line could see from their house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you the same?
Communication
Oh,
signal
that is
transport was
just-
confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic.
I'll have to tell you
Approaching
something
90
disappointing
seconds
that
into the
happened to me
Artemis
with the
II
space
mission.
program. So,
Integrity is 14
living
miles
in
in
Huntsville or
altitude, 8
working in
miles
Huntsville,
downrange, traveling more than
I actually
2,800
taught an
miles per
astronaut's
hour.
daughter 1 year, and he came and spoke to my class. And it was the year the shuttle program was retiring. And they had tickets for me to sit with the family in the special family section to watch the last launch. And guess what happened?
You got sick.
1 minute 50 seconds of
The
mission elapsed time. Standing by
ice
for
and
main
stuff
engine throttled
scrubbed
down
the
to
launch.
85%.
Oh,
Solid rocket
So
booster
I didn't get to
separation
go,
at the 2
and
minute
they
9 second
rescheduled
mark.
it, and it was during a testing period at school, and I couldn't take off.
We see throttle
And I was so disappointed.
Oh, look at everybody.
Look at that.
confirmed separation.
oh, come on, show it. There it goes.
Separation.
There they go.
There go
Oh,
the
my
boosters.
God.
That is just wow.
Integrity. Guidance converged. Performance nominal. Upper stage RCS
God,
ready.
look at the pictures on that thing too. I mean, just think
Yeah.
about the technology that we've got now compared
Compared to
to.
what we had back in the 70s
Oh,
and 60s.
yes.
I mean, the images, the photos, everything that they're going to be able to
2
see
minutes
and
45
do
seconds of mission
are
elapsed
going to
time
be
into the Artemis II
outstanding.
mission. Thrusters on Integrity
And without as
upper
much
stage
delay as they
confirmed in
used
a
to
ready
have
state
and
ahead
stuff
of
too.
stage
Exactly.
module fairing
Awesome.
separation.
That is just
3 minutes into the flight. Integrity 49 miles in altitude.
Now, for those of you
28
that don't
miles
know, and you
range.
can look it up, and I don't know, maybe Jessica can throw this in the video. This is a 14-day mission, so it's going to take them several days to even get to the moon. Then they will have to shoot around the moon, like they did with Apollo 13 and stuff for the return. So they're going to be up there for several days, and they're going to be doing a lot of experiments. They're not landing on the moon this time. That's in a future mission. All of this is
Copy, jettison.
leading up to future missions to Mars, as I said earlier. So I'm really excited to see us doing this again.
And Houston has you
look
loud
at
and
that.
clear
That
on
is just
Peters at the common line.
Outstanding, Stan.
just think of all the training that the astronauts
3
had to
minutes
go
50
through.
seconds into the flight of Artemis II.
And
Watson,
it
Glover,
just
Cook, and Hansen cross the
Think
boundary of
about the
space
fact
with
that
good
they're
time
talking
checks.
about these missions
GPS
to
signals
Mars,
acquired after
and
last
they
jettison now
know
working on internal
it's a
checks to
one-way
verify
trip.
accuracy.
Yes.
And there are
Flight dynamics officer
astronauts that are
analyzed the time of main engine
trained
cutoff
for that.
confirmed at 8
Yes.
minutes 2 seconds. Time of MECO.
And there are hundreds and hundreds of people that have worked behind the scenes. Like I said, I've known a few of them that, don't always get the credit for this, but they have worked so hard. I'm trying to remember the first time I heard about Artemis. It's been several years. I've had several people come to my classroom and share about Artemis, and my kids even got to build like a model Artemis and things like that. And so it's been a long process. There's a lot of
Integrity.
safety that
GPS
goes into it.
processing.
And it's just amazing what
coming up to 5 minutes
people can
into
do
the flight.
to get us to get humans off this planet.
I know.
It's so amazing.
God.
That's just
And for those of you that
minutes
have
into
not
the flight,
heard
Commander
yet,
Wiseman
the
confirms he
sci-fi
has
shows.
visuals
Right?
of
You
his
see the sci-fi
destination.
shows, and
GPS
you
guidance,
watch all those
navigation, and
things.
Yep.
control
And
software
this, like,
furnishes
in
internal
person.
checks and sends to navigation channels.
This is just so cool.
well, I was going to wait to
Integrity.
announce
3 engine prep.
something we were doing, but I've decided I think we need to go ahead and talk about it now.
You
So the
should.
Three Musketeers are going to do something special
On time now,
before the
passing 5
moon
minutes
walk.
20 seconds of mission
The
elapsed
Space
time
and
into the
Rocket
Artemis
Center
II mission. At
has
this
some
point,
a
3
special
good main
experience.
engines
I
are all
think,
that's
what
needed
did
to
I
carry
say it was
Integrity to a
30,
nominal main
30 or
engine cutoff target.
$40
Mhm.
person?
So at this time, we're
They
seeing
have a
4 good
special
engines here
thing
in Mission Control,
called
Houston.
the Artemis
Integrity,
experience
75 miles in altitude,
through
300.
their space camp program, where you go in for an hour or two and you have a captain and all this other stuff, commander, whatever, and they take you through what it was like to be at the command center and what it would be like to go through the launch and everything. So we're going to be doing that on Friday morning before the moonwalk stuff. And hopefully we'll be having some video and streaming from that. But if you're coming to the moonwalk, it's 4 people can go at a time, but they've got some more openings later on that morning. And if you're interested in doing the Artemis experience, go to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center website and look at their experiences page. And I'll try to get Jessica to drop the link in the video when she does the editing. And maybe you can do the Artemis experience too and see what it's like. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So your Musketeers have a lot of stuff planned that we haven't told you all about.
Well, and there we have a Musketeers video that is coming out today. If I think it came out this morning, and so if you haven't watched that, definitely check that out, because we announced the teams, the team fundraiser that's already started, and the links and things like that are in it. So there's so much that we're having. You're going to be seeing us doing multiple videos as we ramp up to the moonwalk, and we'll make sure that we're sharing all this information. But again, I just want to remind people, April 10th, you have until April 10th to register to attend in person. And remember, this is completely free to you. You will have to pay for, obviously, your own lodging or transportation if you're not from the area. But other than that, we got you covered, right? You get dinner on Friday night, you get breakfast on Saturday morning, and you get lunch on Saturday. And as well as admission to the park and time later in the day to, explore the museums and all those kind of things. So all of that is brought to you generously by our sponsors. So we want to do a shout out and thank Priavant from dermatomyositis.com. At Curo, we want to also thank Argenex, and we want to thank IV Solutions RX, because without them and many others, we wouldn't be able to do this. We wouldn't be able to offer this to you guys. So huge shout out to them. This has just been monumental.
Yes. I'm going to have to cut off the Facebook Live part because my muscles in my arm are screaming from holding this and I don't know how much longer I can hold it. So those of you on Facebook, please tune back in tomorrow. We'll have the rest of this recorded for you. Thank you if you tuned in or if you watched the video. Please, please, please consider joining us in Huntsville for the Space and Rocket Center. I would love to share my love of space with you all. And if you can come a day or two extra, there's a lot more to do. You can actually take a bus out to Marshall Space Flight Center and see some of the historic sites where the space program and where rockets were tested. There's just so much that you can do besides the moonwalk itself. Make sure you look at the myositismoonwalk.org. There's a whole page about things to do in Huntsville. There's a whole page on there about the Space and Rocket Center. Go check those out. And I'm going to cut off the Facebook Live for now. We're going to wrap up our video recording and post it tomorrow. I hope to see you. When, Jessica and Jason? May
2nd.
May 1st and 2nd.
Join us. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right. My arm. So we're still recording on here, but woo. My goodness.
It's just so exciting. It's just amazing.
It is. It's cool. So yeah, then they're going to be living in living space for 14 days. So you can always look up more information about that and everything. But I really do encourage you, if you're coming, look at the different experiences. They have other things here. This is the home of Space Camp. If you ever watched the Space Camp movie back from, oh my gosh, when was it? I was young, teenager or something. I don't know. It was part of it was filmed here at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center and at Space Camp. I would have loved, we didn't have enough time or enough sponsorship, but I would have loved to have shown that movie to you all. They have a theater there, maybe in the future or something. But they have where you can rent the movie and rent out the theater and show it and stuff. And I would have loved to have done that. But if you've ever had a chance to watch Space Camp, that is here in Huntsville, and they have all kinds of experiences, and they try to adapt some of them for people that have different abilities and things like that. There's another movie that came out, and I can't think of the name of it, but there was a class of special needs kids, and they didn't have a space camp at the time for people with mixed abilities and things like that. And their teacher did not give up. He kept trying to get them there. They told them that they had to be able to do certain projects and certain things in an amount of time for them to go.
and they worked and worked and worked until they got to go to space camp, and they were the first group that went with different disabilities. And because of that, space camp, adapted. And I wish I could think of the name of that. Maybe Jessica and I can find the name of it and pop it on this video. I cried when I watched that movie because as a teacher, I taught what's called an inclusion class. So I had mixed class where the typical peers would help the special needs. And it was such a wonderful experience when you would see the growth of those kids. They want, it doesn't matter what your ability is. You have a passion and a love for things, and you should be included. And I always made sure that if we had to get a special bus, or if we had to get a special chair, or they had to let us in a special entrance, all my kids were going to be able to do what I wanted to do on field trips. And that's what this teacher did. And so,
Benita, to let you know, the movie is called A Smile as Big as the Moon.
Yes, I think that's it. Yes.
I just looked it up, and it was filmed there in Huntsville. So
yes. So check all these things out, and just, check out the website of the Space and Rocket Center. You can tell I love this. I can't tell you how many times I've been to the Rocket Center. Every time we had family come into town, it never gets old.
Nope.
And they change things out. And if you go in the actual museum part, you're going to see that there's like day-to-day things that we use. And I wish I could think of an example right now, but I'm too tired. But there's day-to-day things that we used that were invented because of the space program. And they're things that we use. And I walk through and I'm like, really? That was part of this? It's fascinating. So make sure that you save some energy to go into the museum after the walk. So when it's lunchtime, make sure you rest a little bit and then go take time to tour, because you've got until closing to go tour all the other stuff. But if you get a chance to take the bus tour out to Marshall or anything like that, I highly encourage you to investigate before you get here and see what exciting things you want to do.
I do have to mention, though, because I just remembered that if you have the time and you're a baseball fan, they have Huntsville has got the Rocket City Trash Pandas, which I think is like the coolest name for a semi-pro baseball team ever. They do have a game that night. They are one of the farm teams for the LA Angels.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have a home game that night. If you're interested in going out and checking out a game, weather permitting, let's hope to pray that we don't run into the same thunder and lightning and stuff that we had last year.
But you know what? We had fun regardless.
We did.
So that goes to show you that even the weather couldn't dampen our spirits, and it was still so much fun. And I will say this: rain or shine, the Musketeers are racing. So
yes, we are.
Scuttle, scuttle. So if it doesn't matter whether it's pouring down rain or not, we're doing it.
Yes.
So,
well, and also, I thought of something else I was going to say, and then my brain just totally lost it.
Water and rain never hurt anybody but the
Huntsville Stars thing. The Huntsville Stars thing. If you go to the page on what to do in Huntsville, there is a link about the Huntsville Stars night. They also have fireworks that night, and I believe it's a country concert. I think it's on the Myositis Moon Walk page under things to do in Huntsville. I made sure and put that link on there specifically for that night. So it's more than just the game going on, and that's included with your admission to the Trash Pandas. So yes, it's a Rocket City Trash Pandas. He's a little raccoon in trash can that's built like a rocket. And there are 2 new mascots at the Space and Rocket Center. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see them or not. I'm hoping that they'll bring them, but I think their name is Artemis and Apollo. I know one of them's Artemis. I think the other one's Apollo. And they're brand new mascots and stuff. So there's a lot of really new, cool stuff happening this year that has not happened in previous moonwalks. So you don't want to miss it. This is going to be a lot different and more exciting and more to do than the past 2 years. It just gets bigger and better every year.
You still have to stay tuned because there's still more stuff we haven't told you about because it's just too much to put in one thing. So
That is true.
stay tuned for more.
I got a huge box shipped in today of some Star Wars related goodies for everybody.
Goodies are fun.
That, you know, of the light up kind. My husband had to get a rolling cart to bring it inside. It's so big, and I think he was kind of. For those of you that don't know, since I'm in Huntsville, everything gets shipped to my house, and I'm actually standing in my garage right now because it's closest to the router. There's a whole almost wall of stuff. My husband gets so fed up with it sometimes. Like, we don't have any room for this stuff. So as things are coming in, he's like shaking his head. It's important to us, and and it's all for fun. It's all for you, the patients, and your kids, and everybody that shows up. So it's worth it. The Musketeers are going to be meeting the Thursday before. I'm losing my train of thought. We're going to be meeting the Thursday before to be loading up the truck with all the goodies, and we've got a professional crew coming to do video and stuff, and they're going to record us trying to get things ready and some cool videos leading up to the moonwalk for you. They're going to maybe we'll practice around my block with the scooters if we get them in time. Who knows? Because I've never driven one before.
we can introduce our own personal emotional support idiots.
Oh yeah,
that's right. We can. Which, by the way, those T-shirts are available on the store site. So if you too would like to have your very own emotional support idiot in training T-shirt for your very own, you certainly can. They are available. So stay tuned for those. So lots more to come. But with that, guys, we're gonna
hold on though. Before you do, please look at the store.
Oh
Get some shirts or swag. Jessica has done a phenomenal job. I give her ideas and she goes above and beyond. I mean, just look at these patches behind us. I know you can't see them well. There's even buttons that she has made to of all of our patches, and then I think the Myositis Moon Walk logo and stuff. Guys, some of the proceeds of that goes also to our yes financial assistance program. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. Y'all know me. It's like almost to my bedtime at this point. But guys, please go check out that website and get you some swag and stuff, because it really will help. And there's such cute stuff on there, and it's all limited edition. So if you don't get it this year, you might not be able to get it. So get on there and order early so you can get it in time also before the moonwalk. So if you don't start ordering soon, you might not get it in time. Order.
That's right.
Oh, Jessica's frozen on my screen going.
That
Jessica, are you there? I don't know.
She got frozen.
Yep, she can cover it up with something. All right, guys. So we're going to log off here, and we'll be back soon with some more videos. And just make sure you get registered. I can't add any people after the 10th. I have to turn in the number. So please register. And don't forget to support our Shuttle Scuttle fundraiser too. Share, even if you can't donate.
Yes.
All right. Well, Jessica's already gone, so Jason, logging off.
Have a good one. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye, my friend.
I'm back.
We were about to cut it off.
Nope, you go right ahead. It was okay. My internet cut out.
Yeah.
It's just a day of technical difficulties.
Yep. We told everybody that you could just cover it up because you were frozen like.
You look like you were scared. You're like.
But you know what? That's what makes us fun, right?
That's
just
right.
Real life, and we're not going to edit it out. We're just going to keep it.
That's
And
right.
No,
Because it's
keep
funny.
it in there.
I am.
We're gonna keep it raw and real.
She got scared by the emotional support idiot shirts. I mean,
I
that's just
did.
what it
I
is.
did. It scared me, and my computer went no.
But we really try to encourage everybody to check out your store. Thank you again, Jessica, for everything you've done. For those of you that don't know, when I had surgery, Jessica and Jason just took over, and they did so much. They met with sponsors. I could not have done this moonwalk this year without these two. So thank you.
We're a team. We're a team. It's not the Myositis Musketeers. It's the Three Myositis Musketeers.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, with that, we're logging off. Stay tuned for updates from Artemis on the NASA or the Artemis website. Either one. They're both on Facebook. And we'll try to post a little bit more too. But we hope to see you soon.
Bye.
All right. Let's see if I can turn this thing off.